another video. It's way too many videos to make, so whatever. Played part of this thing yesterday, played part of it this morning. Alright, the argument on this one is basically Jainism, so he's using another straw man extremist, crazy people, and saying, oh, they're anti-natalist, and that's what anti-natalist believes, and that's where it always ends up, and it's all extremism, and blah, blah, blah. He points out that he's a vegetarian for no good reason, substantially vegetarian, don't get me wrong, and just for health reasons and personal preference. And so he doesn't qualify in any way for anybody who's a vegetarian for ethical reasons, or because, you know, either because they understand that it's socially destructive to eat meat because it's a waste of fuel and energy and resources, or that, yes, sentient creatures shouldn't be consumed by sentient creatures because that's effectively cannibalism, and it's not a good thing. So yeah, using his line of logic applied to any other circumstance, there would have never been an abolishment movement. We never would have fixed or cleaned up or stopped anything. Okay, child labor, any kind of exploitation. We wouldn't even have laws against molesting children, no doubt, because somebody could make some bizarre rationalization that none of them are really harm. The only harm is some sort of social conditioning. I wouldn't put it past this guy to make such an argument that he has some sort of right to do it because he has an impulse to do it. And he certainly looks like the kind of guy who has an impulse. Anyway, let's play some more of this straw man, this evil straw man shit.
Point of view, then of course, how are you going to protect yourself when they decide to denounce you for your laxity?
So now he's just the scare tactic of, well, don't be against anything because the againsters will go extreme on you and you'll be terribly blighted by them. How is any vegetarian terribly blighted by Jainians who kill themselves through starvation? Does anybody care that they're being judged by them? Does anybody care? No, absolutely nobody cares. So again, this is, you're taking somebody who's doing something for ethical reasons. They're not in any way affecting you, and just because they have a higher standard than you or more ethical than you, you're going to denounce them and pretend that they're somehow a threat to you. Yeah, well, they're not. They're making an argument, and that argument might be a threat to you. Maybe their argument is so good that it scares you because you can't find any way to evade their simple truth that you suck. And that certainly, I think, can be logically defended. You, sir, suck.
There's always somebody who takes the whole issue a lot more seriously than you do.
And that's somehow a bad thing by rote. That's some universal premise that because somebody says something different than you, that's intrinsically wrong, because you, of course, are always correct in your moral compass.
Again, we go all the way up to atrophied antinatalism. You just sit down, starve to death.
Yeah, right. Again, throw all this stuff into the subject that isn't part of the subject. And that's fine, but like I said, I can just do that and say because you're a nihilist on one subject, because you're excusing behavior in one subject, that you would excuse the other behavior. So again, it's just perfectly legitimate to say you're just a pedophile trying to find an excuse to continue to molest children. It seems quite obvious that's your incentive and your motivation.
People think that that's absurd, but there are people on Earth who actually do that. It happens to this day.
Right. Relevant how? Oh, that's right. It's not relevant. It's just straw man. You are just such an obnoxious motherfucking cunt.
I'm not saying again that there's anything wrong with being a vegetarian or whatever, but we've got to be...
Anything wrong with being a vegetarian? Isn't that preposterous? How exactly could being a vegetarian be wrong? You're saying, though, that there's something wrong with somebody having a moral code that would free the slaves, or a moral code that would tell somebody they can't beat their wife or rape women. You're saying no one's allowed to ethically perceive there to be any victims in the world worth protecting. Well, fuck you.
Careful in terms of judgmentalism. That always recoils upon itself, and if you...
It always does, that's right. It was just a bad idea to free those slaves. It's a bad idea to close down those child labor camps. That's a bad idea.
Ask me. Um,
Yeah, I wouldn't ask you. I wouldn't ask you anything. Ever would I solicit your advice on anything because you're a manipulative, lying weasel.
Making a moral call based on hatred.
On facts, yes. Yeah, okay, so now it's hatred. It's hatred of the slave owners that made people fight slavery. It's hatred of wife beaters that made people think women needed protection. It wasn't that they were advocates for women. No, they were just haters of men. Fuck you.
Anger or denunciation isn't really all that moral to begin with.
Yeah, right. So that's your accusation. Okay, fine. Like I said, you suck kids' dicks. It's quite obvious. Look at him. Look at him. He's obviously a fucking kid dick sucker, and that's why he's making these fucking videos.
You're more or less back at the Spanish Inquisition or the Salem witch trials.
Right. We have declared something a witch. So you come up with the rational argument somewhere, please. Let me hear it. What is the fallacious premise? Oh, animals feel. Oh, and that feelings are the substance of the value of our existence. Oh, what crazy contentions. That's just silly mumbo jumbo. Witch talk.
Morality as a bludgeon as opposed to actually attempting to live a moral life.
Yeah, it says you again, another claim that you can't defend. You willing to take a polygraph test? I mean, I'll challenge you anytime, fella. And we could raise money. Okay, we could probably make it some real money. All right, and we'll see who's lived the fucking immoral life.
The two are not the same thing by any stretch, and if you ask me, the morbid sort of anti-natalists are attempting to do it.
The child molesting anti-moralist. That's all you are, right? There's no reason for somebody to do all this, trying to pick at any kind of ethical standards for human conduct. There's no reason for somebody to do that unless they're a bigot or a fucking molester of some kind. No reason at all.
Exactly that. Every time they denounce everybody for being whatever it is that they believe that these people.
Whatever it is. Well, you were talking about Janians and vegetarians through the whole fucking video, so I guess you're saying those are the people, so you could just say whatever it is that they contend the sentient creatures have a welfare that you don't have a right to violate. Exploit. Like children, they're not exploitables.
People are being. Denunciation isn't the way to go. Actually...
Yeah, right. Don't denounce evil. No, embrace it and say it's wonderful. It's just it's your exploitation choice. So yes, go ahead. Chase down the little kiddies and suck their dicks. You fucking creep.
Following something is the only way that you can actually be moral. You can't make someone else's moral judgments for them, nor can you condemn them for them.
Oh, whatever. That's right. You can't condemn rapists. You can't condemn child molesters. You can't. Should we go right on down the fucking list of the 9 million things that we do condemn because they are destructive, they are hurtful to sentient creatures? You can't put dioxin in the drinking water.
You don't know what their reasons are for doing what they do.
Yeah, we do. There's selfish reasons. That's the core root of it all. And again, you want excuses to do what you want to do for selfish reasons, and that's all they are. You're a fucking goddamn pig. Period. In the worst sense of that word. Not in the animal sense, but in the human sense.
And you never will. So just get on with being as moral as you can. And don't worry about what the other guy or...
Oh, yeah, because it's always fixed by your own behavior. So don't have a nuclear power plant, and all the nuclear power plants will stop threatening to irradiate everything. Yeah, it's a magic. Don't be in the war, and there won't be any war. Oh, fuck you, retard.
Girl or whoever does. You don't know what their motives are.
Irrelevant to the conversation, completely.
You can't know. It doesn't work like that.
Well, again, you've said that before. We can't know. I mean, that's just idiotic. Of course you can know. People can just express why they're doing something obnoxious and evil. Smiling asshole. You can't give me an honest answer. If you have a child, you can't honestly answer why you did it. I think you can. The only thing that stops you from doing that is because you're a liar. Yes, or a thief or a crook. That's right. Thought crime. Looks like the same creepy face on this one. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know which one I closed. Alright, well, we'll go over to this list or something, right? I don't know which one we're on. My, I don't know what to do about that. Well, we'll just close that one. Fuck it. And we'll go to this one, I think. No, that's this Romanian guy. Well, whatever he is. Yeah, I think it's Romanian. He's just a little too annoying for this early in the morning. What the hell is wrong with this? It has to be one more. There must be. Alright, I'll just load this page and then I'll find his last video and we'll play that one and be done with it. Look at these people are just so stupid. So very, very stupid. Alright, I know there was another one on here. There was like 3 of them, and so I just don't got time for all this crap. Wish I did, wish I did, wish I did. Oh, look at that. The guy posted Stickcam again. I haven't done that recently. Man, I'm tired. There we go. E-C-E-E-E something or other. I don't know what the fuck. I wish you'd speak English. Icky homo. Icky. Well, it's more like icky homo.
The desire to reproduce is used often as an objection to antinatalism, but it is then dismissed as an appeal to nature. I don't disagree with that, by the way.
Well, that's always so irrelevant. You don't disagree, and then you basically butt your way right out of the agreement.
I think that it is actually an appeal to nature, but the problem is if we're going to weed out things like appeals to nature, then we're going to have to point out that it's an appeal to nature when we say things like, it is our nature to avoid harm. That too is an appeal to nature.
Well, nobody. Who says that? Who says it's our nature to avoid harm? So that's idiotic. The harm is a fundamental function, all right, and it has a negative character. That's all there's. That's as far as you need to go. It creates negative value in the universe. It's the first cause. So it's not being. We're not being obedient to a DNA molecule's construct by recognizing harm is bad.
If we're going to say that it's our nature as organisms to avoid harm and that to impose harm on anything else is wrong, the only justification we can come up with for that isn't it?
That's hilarious. The only justification we can come up for that. So that's his argument. We only know it because the DNA told us. We can't deduce it from personal experience. I don't need to resort to nature to defend the idea that uncomfortable sensations are decidedly negative. I just don't. So that's just again more nonsense.
Appeal to nature, i.e., all things seek to avoid harm because that's what they are. If we accept that, then we also accept the justification for reproduction.
Well, again, so to equate the two that aren't in any way or any of the two definitions of a circumstance's reality in any similar categories, it's just a stupid. This isn't logic. This is just a more game playing. You could by this logic say, you know, a professed belief in God is an appeal to nature. Please.
That's simply what we are. We reproduce.
Well, whatever. Like I said, we've already done this Mr. Onnut thing where you're supposed to be getting over your nature. Nature is something to get over, and that's what we've been doing for 10,000 years, is figuring ways of getting around our nature. So that's already an established human process.
Show me any species out there that doesn't do that.
Yeah, again, who's making the argument that the other species are the Einsteins of the universe and we should emulate their behavior? Who's making that argument, that we should emulate animal behavior? Again, so this is just a nonsensical argument. People keep rewarding you for making preposterously nonsensical arguments, which is really, 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 really depressing.
Thank you.
Yeah, fuck you. Stupid argument.
To reproduce.
Preposterously stupid argument. Well, at least it was a short one for a change. Alright, let's see if there's any other I really must get to here. Alright, maybe we'll do the whatever, Romanian guy. Give him a shot. But he's probably going to annoy the fuck out of me. I really don't have any patience for this bullshit. Do. Dan. The argument's really simple. It's not complicated. It really doesn't deserve all this mish-mush nonsense. Where the fuck are these videos? I know I saw them. Somebody stole it. Oh, gosh. Come on, I don't have time to waste here. Sorry, I thought I was a bit further ahead of the game here. I don't know who that guy was, but screw him. Whenever acknowledge God is always God. I don't know, retard. Okay, fuck that. There's the stick cam one, so there was no new. There's Smiling Andy. I mean, what? This Romanian guy should be right in here somewhere. Where the fuck did he go? Videos can't disappear. There's Warble's dumbass video, which I did do a response to. That's bizarre. Romanian guy, where is your stupid video? I can't do a response to it unless I can find it. Ooh, that's that evil guy. Luke 3:10. Let's see what that one's about. Oh, where the hell did it go? Damn. Oh, there's Romanian guy. Okay, we'll watch part 3 of it. What the fuck? I have to see with the Luke 3:10 thing, the argument from religion.
When he is pressed or urged to commit suicide, cynically urged, an antinatalist replies usually that he doesn't do it precisely because he has a fighting cause to stop pro-natalism. I claim he cannot use logically and in full fairness the bail of the fighting cause, that the cause in question is not a reason but a pretext to stay alive. And that...
Okay, fuck you then. I mean, really, that's just too stupid. Right, if the slaves wanted to organize a rebellion, and they all said, like in a Monty Python sketch or something, let's have a crack suicide squad, and the crack suicide squad actually commits suicide. Yeah, that's not going to really get the job done. That's not going to tear the fences down. That's not going to accomplish anything. I mean, you can't get an argument this simple, then fuck you. I'll play a little more. But this is just stupid. Fuck you, asshole.
They should quickly and honestly admit it as such to end the misunderstanding.
Yeah, fuck you. You what, you calling me a liar, you dumb fucking cunt? Alright? Fix the guy. Give me a perfect world and I will kill myself. You want me to prove it right up your fucking face and then can I kill you? Can I pull your eyeballs out and fucking eat them? I really hate being here, you fucking cunt. And I would like not to be here. And that's why I would hit the goddamn red button really quickly because I'd like it done, you stupid cunt. I mean, really, fuck you. Fuck you, you stupid ignorant cunt. Fuck you. Alright, at least that was short. I don't have to give you any more courtesy. Call me a liar, you fucking piece of shit, you Romanian turd. We ought to go to fucking war with that shitball country too. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, I mean, really. What a turd argument. What a waste of goddamn time. God. That's not even close to a fucking argument. Ugh. Yeah, I would like Rosebushy. I will refer you to my previous Rosebushy argument where I give you 3 reasons why I'm still alive. You fucking piece of shit. But I really resent it, you stupid shit. Fucking piece of crap. Ugh. I really hate people. I hate people. I hate people. They're the suckiest pieces of shit in the whole fucking universe. Without a doubt. And such. This isn't the right fucking thing. I gotta fucking goddamn. Alright, let's see if there's anything. Let's see if I can find that other Andy video and get this over with. Only got 9 minutes left on this camera anyway. Oh, good. Another Jay Sounder made another response video. That ought to be worth watching. Let's just find an Andy video and just move on to the whatever that 3:10 thing was. Let's see what his point's going to be there. We'll go to. Oh, damn! I didn't fucking do it right. All right, hit videos.
The desire to reproduce is used often as an objection.
Oh, damn! The titles don't show.
But it is then dismissed.
Right there it is. This is the one. Let's see where he's going with this one.
Proposition. If harm has value sufficient to necessitate the cessation of reproduction, then the only logical purpose for the sentient, apart from the avoidance of reproduction, is to develop some means of ending sentience as painlessly and as stress-free a manner as is humanly possible.
Right.
Given the value of harm, there is no other logical purpose, no other logical...
Yeah, well, you could just simplify this by saying there's no point in the existence of anything called intelligence or even the composition of a sentence. The whole frickin' mechanism is built on comforting the afflicted. And you have to have the afflicted before you can comfort them. That's right. That's the unfortunate circumstance here. So intelligence has no purpose. Once you stop making messes, you won't have any reason to have intelligence to clean them up, because that's all intelligence can do is clean up messes. So if you don't make any, you don't have to fix any. Correct.
Activity for the sentient. Discuss.
Discuss. Let me see if he said anything else.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Discuss. Thank you. So I don't understand. What's your point? You just made my point, and you're asking people to what? Agree with you? I mean, boy, that's really brilliant. I think it can be said with some degree of accuracy that anti-nihilists are anti-nihilists as well. That they are anti-naturalists. Well, duh. Yeah, that's right. They mentioned the DNA molecule. They mentioned reproduction for the sake of reproduction. Oh, do in the morning. It is our nature to reproduce. No, Ands and Minden, for example, state exactly the opposite. They say the desire for sex is our nature. Yeah, well, that's right. Nature didn't have to trick dumb animals with complex mechanisms. They've tricked dumb animals. We're not a dumb animal anymore, so we don't fall for the trick. But yeah, that's the trick. But we have intelligence now. We know that from sex we get babies, and that we've learned how to avoid reproductions while having sex. There you go. They that there is nothing in our nature that makes us have babies. It is only an egotistic whim that results in us having children. I'd argue our nature isn't only biological, our nature is social. Well, what? I mean, if nature is social, there's nothing to argue here now. Nature is a construct of idiotic social routine. So are we supposed to argue that we've broken our nature somehow because we don't make totem poles anymore and dance around them with our butts on fire? I mean, this is just baby talk. I tend to think the whole appeal to nature fallacy is a bit of a straw man, because whatever I hear someone bring up the subject, well, okay, he's on our side because that's appeal to nature is a fallacy. It most certainly is a straw man. All this idiot ever musters is straw man rebuttals. That's the damn truth. Let's see. Whenever or not anything can be done to create a world without it, desirability doesn't really enter into it. Desirability doesn't really enter into it. Then why the fuck would someone intend to create a world without it? Whatever it is, given case, without the desire to do so. Much like, why would they be in a debate at all? Particularly YouTube comment section. I don't know what that means. But so again, the argument probably is why stop something you think is wrong? yeah, that's stupid. Why would you try to stop something you think is wrong? That's unproductive, that's destructive, that's hurting things you care about. Why would you do that? That's just silly. This doesn't really have much to do with anything, but I notice you always wear the same shirt. Well, that's because that's what pedophiles do. Empathy is one of our most inspiring emotions. Empathy allows us to, yeah, well, whatever. So again, appeals to emotions now. It's not an emotion, it's an intelligently, okay? Intelligences reconstruct their empathy. They take out the bigotry, they take out the stupidity, so then they don't do dumb things like hug a tree. That would be dumb. Let's see. You can actually prove that. A bunch of one-sentence remarks. Who cares? Who cares? The DJ guy probably made some good counter-arguments, and of course, those are these nice big paragraphs, and the morons will make their little sentences. A goodie, but 99% of all species providence brought forth exist only in the fossil record at best. I don't even know what that is. Unfortunately, you assholes will be all fossils eventually. Lava covered, one would hope. Oh yes, that should be good. So well put indeed. Check the top of my scroll. Ephilism is illegal in Canada. Yeah, that's really brilliant there, Warbles. Oh, that should be good. So at least all these assholes are all sitting there sticking each other's fingers up each other's butts going, oh, good video, good video, good video. You really talked complete nonsense in that one. Yeah. Boy, you really are the king of the fallacious arguments. Very good. Alright, so I'm up to 27 minutes, so I think that's enough. Camera's only got 30 minutes on anyway. And I'm tired as hell, so fuck this shit. And whatnot. Really is enough of this. So I really have so much to do, and I can't be doing this. This is a waste of time. Alright. So yeah, oh sorry, till next time. Yeah, I'll go watch Jay's video. Imposing new life is unethical. Yay. That's a good title. Okay, Jay, you tell me. Such. Yay!
The only way we're going to stop people from procreating is to advocate for antinatalism and get policy and
yeah, we're just gonna have to keep arguing, and then finally they're gonna have to admit, yeah, they're full of shit. Finally, they're gonna have to admit they're full of shit. Yeah, that'll work in a song. That's all. That's the game for now.